upon a time, in the Great Rift Valley, nestled between towering mountains and lush valleys, lay two villages, Olorutia and Uzima. These villages were separated by a flowing river, and for generations, an unspoken rivalry had existed between them. The villagers of Olorutia and Uzima had long held on to a bitter feud, a feud born of ancient disagreements over land and resources. But amidst this deep-seated animosity, a love story was about to unfold that would defy the boundaries and hatred and reshape the destiny of the two villages. In Olorutia, there lived a young man named Kiprop, known for his remarkable strength and unwavering sense of justice. He had inherited his father's role as the leader of their village, a role that had become with the weight of preserving the feud against Uzima village. On the other side of the river in Uzima, dwelling a young woman named Makena. Her beauty was renowned far and wide, but it was her intelligence and compassion that truly set her apart. Makena's father was the head of their village, and he, too, held a duty of maintaining the age-old grudge between the two villages. One fateful day, while Kiprop was attending to his father's cattle on the riverbank, he spotted Makena. She had come over to the river to collect water for her village, and their eyes met in a moment that would change both their lives forever. In that instant, the barriers of the hatred seemed to crumble, replaced by a connection that transcended the hatred. Unable to resist the magnetic pull drawing them together, Kiprop and Makena began to meet secretly by the river under the cover of the night. They spoke of their dreams, their hopes for peace, and the love that had ignited between them. Their meetings continued for months, and their love deepened with each stolen moment. But their love story was not destined to remain hidden. One night, as Kiprop and Makena pledged their love for each other, they were discovered by Makena's younger brother, Kamau, who had followed her to the river. Kamau returned to Uzima and revealed the forbidden romance to his father, sparkling outrage in the village. Word quickly spread in Olorutia, and Kiprop's father, enraged by the news, declared that his son had betrayed their village by falling in love with the enemy. The hatred between Olorutia and Uzima intensified, and both villages prepared for conflict. Kiprop and Makena, desperate to find a way to bridge the divide between their villages, sought the guidance of an elderly sage named Rafiki, known for his wisdom and impartiality. Rafiki listened to their plea for peace and offered a solution that would test the strength of their love. He proposed that Kiprop and Makena to organize a grand feast inviting villagers from both Olorutia and Uzima. At this feast, they would publicly declare their love and seek the blessing of their respective communities. If the villages could put aside their differences and accept the love between Kiprop and Makena, peace might finally prevail. The preparations for the feast were elaborate, and the tension between the two villages grew as the date approached. Many believed that the hatred was too deeply rooted to be resolved by the love of two individuals. On the day of the feast, the villagers of Olorutia and Uzima gathered on opposite sides of the river, eyeing each other warily. Kiprop and Makena stood at the center of the bridge that spanned the river, the physical and symbolic divide between their villages. Kiprop spoke passionately of his love for Makena, and she in turn expressed her deep affection for him. Their words were filled with sincerity and vulnerability, and their love was genuine to all who listened. Silence hung in the air as the villagers considered the words of the moonlit lovers. Then, unexpectedly, a wise elder from Uzim stepped forward and spoke of the need to end the hatred that had divided their people for too long. His words were met with nods and agreement from some in the Uzima crowd. Emboldened by his show of support, a courageous elder from Olorutia stepped forward and echoed the sentiment. Slowly but surely, others from both villages began to join them, their voices raised in a chorus of reconciliation. As the sun set, the villagers of Olorutia and Uzima sat down together, sharing a feast that had been prepared with love and unity. Laughter and conversation flowed, and it became clear that the power of love had conquered the bitterness of their past. In the days that followed, the hatred officially came to an end, and Olorutia and Uzima became sister villages, united by the love of Kiprop and Makena. Their love story had not only transcended hatred, but also became a symbol of hope and change for their people. Kiprop and Makena were married in a joyous celebration that brought both villages together once again. The couple's love became a testament to the formative power of love and the ability to break down the most entrenched barriers. And so, beneath the moonlit sky that had witnessed their secret meetings, Kiprop and Makena lived their life. Their marriage was filled with love, harmony, and enduring belief that love could change the world. In this story, we learn that love, forgiveness, and the pursuit of peace could conquer even the deepest divides we face in our daily life. Thank you so much for watching this wonderful story. Please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing my video to your friends. Let us meet in my next story.